the heart of this nation, under skies so blue,
there's a spirit that's stirring, values strong and true.
From the mountains to the prairies, from the cities to the sea, we stand for liberty, for faith and family. We're diving deep into the heart of what we believe.
Welcome to our discussion on the escalating legal troubles facing Sean Diddy Combs. Recent news reports detail additional federal charges filed against him, expanding on the already serious sex trafficking and racketeering accusations. What's your initial reaction to these new developments?
The filing of additional charges significantly strengthens the prosecution's case against Combs. It suggests a pattern of behavior and potentially more victims, making a successful defense more challenging. The fact that he's been denied bail twice, citing a risk of witness tampering, further underscores the gravity of the situation.
The article mentions a woman forced in commercial sex acts between 2021 and 2024. How does this new charge fit into the broader context of the existing accusations?
This new charge aligns with the initial racketeering and sex trafficking charges, painting a picture of systematic exploitation. It suggests a longer duration of alleged criminal activity and potentially a wider network of involvement. The prosecution will likely use this to demonstrate a pattern of behavior and intent. The article highlights Combs' legal team's attempts to secure bail, offering a substantial amount in collateral. Why was this attempt unsuccessful? The judge's decision to deny bail, even with the substantial offer, indicates a strong belief that Combs poses a significant risk of witness tampering. This suggests the prosecution presented compelling evidence to support this concern, potentially including witness statements or communications that demonstrate Combs' attempts to influence or intimidate potential witnesses.
The article mentions a previous lawsuit filed by his ex-girlfriend, Cassie Ventura, which was settled quickly. How does this relate to the current criminal case?
While the Ventura lawsuit was settled civilly, the allegations of abuse and potential sex trafficking are relevant to the criminal case. The prosecution might use this as evidence of a pattern of behavior, even though the civil settlement doesn't directly prove criminal guilt. The fact that the lawsuit was settled quickly might be interpreted in different ways by the jury.
Several other women have come forward with accusations against Combs. How do these additional accusations impact the overall case?
The multiple accusations from other women create a compelling narrative for the prosecution. While each individual case needs to be proven separately, the cumulative effect of similar allegations strengthens the overall case against Combs by suggesting a pattern of predatory behavior. The sheer number of accusers will likely be a significant factor in the jury's deliberations.
The article mentions a lawsuit alleging Combs and Jay-Z raped a 13-year-old girl, a case that was later dismissed. How does this dismissed case affect the current proceedings?
The dismissal of the lawsuit involving Jay-Z doesn't directly impact the current sex trafficking case against Combs. However, the fact that such an allegation was made, even if dismissed, could still influence public perception and potentially affect jury selection. The prosecution will likely focus on the cases with stronger evidence.
The article mentions raids on Combs' homes in California and Miami. What was the significance of these raids?
The raid suggests that the investigation was extensive and involved a significant effort to gather evidence. The seizure of potential evidence during these raids could be crucial to the prosecution's case. The timing of the raids, 4 months before his arrest, indicates a thorough and methodical investigation.
The upcoming trial is scheduled for May 5th. What are the key factors that will likely determine the outcome of the trial?
The outcome will hinge on the strength of the prosecution's evidence, including witness testimony, physical evidence gathered during the raids, and the credibility of the accusers. The defense will likely challenge the credibility of the accusers and attempt to discredit the evidence presented by the prosecution. The jury's perception of the evidence and the witnesses will be crucial.
Given the high-profile nature of this case and the numerous accusations, what challenges might the jury face in reaching a verdict?
The high-profile nature of the case and the extensive media coverage could make it difficult for jurors to remain impartial. The sheer number of accusers and the graphic nature of the allegations could also be emotionally challenging for the jury. The defense will likely attempt to exploit any biases or preconceived notions the jurors might have.
What are the potential consequences for Combs if he is convicted on these charges?
A conviction on sex trafficking and racketeering charges could result in a lengthy prison sentence, significant fines, and a permanent criminal record. It would also severely damage his reputation and career. The severity of the sentence would depend on the specific charges and the judge's sentencing guidelines.
Beyond the legal ramifications, what broader implications does this case have?
This case highlights the ongoing issue of sex trafficking and and the importance of holding powerful individuals accountable for their actions. It also raises questions about the dynamics of power and abuse in the entertainment industry. The case could potentially lead to increased scrutiny of similar allegations in the future.
The article mentions a video surfacing showing Combs assaulting Ventura. How significant is this piece of evidence?
The video evidence, if authenticated and admissible, could be highly damaging to Combs' defense. Visual evidence is often considered very persuasive by juries. The defense will likely challenge the authenticity or context of the video.
Given the numerous accusations spanning several years, what strategies might the defense employ?
The defense will likely focus on discrediting the accusers, challenging the evidence presented by the prosecution, and arguing that the accusations are motivated by financial gain or other ulterior motives. They might also attempt to introduce evidence of Combs' good character or charitable work.
How might the prosecution counter these defense strategies?
The prosecution will likely present corroborating evidence to support the accuser's claims, such as witness testimony, financial records, and communications. They will also attempt to demonstrate a pattern of behavior and intent linking the various accusations together.
What role might public opinion play in this case?
Public opinion, fueled by media coverage, could influence jury selection and potentially sway the jury's perception of the evidence. The defense might attempt to use negative public sentiment to their advantage, while the prosecution will aim to counter any biased opinions.
What are some of the ethical considerations surrounding this case?
The case raises ethical questions about the power dynamics in relationships, the responsibility of celebrities, and the importance of protecting victims of sexual assault. The media's role in reporting on the case and protecting the identities of victims is also an important ethical consideration.
What are the potential long-term effects of this case on the entertainment industry?
The case could lead to increased scrutiny of the entertainment industry's handling of sexual assault allegations and potentially inspire changes in policies and procedures aimed at protecting victims. It could also lead to a greater awareness of the prevalence of sex trafficking and the need for stronger legal protections.
Given the complexity in this case and the numerous legal and ethical considerations, what is your overall prediction for the outcome?
Predicting the outcome of any trial is inherently speculative. However, given the number of accusers, the strength of some of the evidence, and the judge's concerns about witness tampering, the prosecution appears to have a strong case. The defense will have a significant challenge in overcoming this.
What are some of the key takeaways from this discussion?
This case underscores the importance of addressing sexual assault and sex trafficking, the challenges of prosecuting powerful individuals, and the need for a fair and impartial judicial process. The case also highlights the complexities of balancing public interest with the rights of the accused and the victims.
Thank you for this insightful discussion. It's been a comprehensive look at a very complex and important case.
In the heart of this nation, under skies so blue, there's a spirit that's stirring, values strong and true. From the mountains to the prairies, from the cities to the sea, we stand for liberty, for faith and family.